So the last video you saw, the Ducati Monster, was me fabricating the tank, or sculpting and moulding the tank I should say, out of clay. Today's job is to do the same to that rear cowl. So the seat and the cowl and everything like that, I haven't kind of decided on the shape just yet. I mean, currently it's got pins and everything stuck in it, only because I was using it as a pin cushion for the templates for the tank. But that is today's job, to mould this, see what we'll do. I mean, the back end is going to be all CNC'd and everything like that, so the back end is going to be nice and aluminium and nicely finished and everything like that. Might even be able to do something to get rid of that curve on the frame at the back. But the main job for today is smooth out the clay, getting it looking nice and symmetrical and everything like that, and actually deciding what shape it's going to take. Obviously it has to follow the lines of the tank, so it's going to be pretty angular, but I think the seat proportions are fine at the moment. I might even just make it a little bit straighter at the back. Looking at it now, it's not the straightest it could be, so that's another thing we can address. So let's do it. Right, so a bit of change of plan here. I did have that straight. In fact, what I noticed is I was coming out a bit too much out here. But I did have this wide angle here, but I don't think it suits the front because it is actually a lot wider than what we've got in the front, and it doesn't replicate that at all. So what I'm going to do now is, well, what I have started to do is draw another line. So the other line is going to go along here, just patch that up, and then start bringing the line out a bit more so it doesn't quite go as narrow at the back. What does it? I mean, it could do with coming out a little bit as well, so let's just start building it back out. Oh, I'm in a predicament. Right, there's just something that's not right with me on this. I like the way it looks from the back. I like the way this matches up to the tank. I really do like that. But there's just something that bothers me about this big chunk at the side here. I don't know what it is. Now, I've got two options. Well, I've got three options in a way. One option is to cut where this line is here. That would bring the edge in ever so slightly. And if I do that straight, if I cut that in a straight line, then that would kind of give me a triangle up here. Let's mark it. If I was to cut this huge slab off here, that would make the back of the seat thinner. My issue is that it's too square. From the back, it's fine. From the side, it's not. It's just not working. But I would then get that angle there. I think that's what I need to do. Yes, I'm just going to do it. I'm not going to think. I'm just going to do it. Give me a saw. Here we go. Just do it. Don't think, just do it. It'll all be alright. I promise you, it'll all work out for the best in the end. You know what, I think I'm a bit happy with that actually. Right, so what I'm going to do is file that clay. I think that is as close as possible to that. Dig Dig this out here. Dig this foam out here. I don't think I'm actually leaving much clay there to begin with. Let's just. And there we have it. The cowl all done. The next step after this is to actually create a mould. It's not the neatest of jobs. Kind of the further back I get, the trickier it gets, because I'm quite limited and quite close to the foam. Now, I didn't really think this through too much when I was cutting the foam, and I didn't leave enough gaps. So what I should have done is cut the foam back about, say, 5mm, a centimetre over the edge of this. But as you can see, the foam is actually flush with the edge, and the seat is going to be flush with the edge as well, so it doesn't leave you much room to add some clay on. But never mind, because I've decided that I'm going to create a mock-up first, a fiberglass mock-up, then I'll fill it and sand it and fine-tune it and everything like that afterwards. I'm not too fussed about that at the moment. That can simply just be rubbed out on the fiberglass prototype, and then we'll create another mould out of that plug. Bit of a long process, but I want to get it right, and I think it's worth putting the time and money into it as well. Now, as you can see, I've put a bit of flair at the end here. Why not? We've got these vents down at the half fairing as well, so why not put a few up there as well? The back was just starting to look a bit too big and a bit too bulbous. Now, obviously, when you've got colour and everything on it, and when you've got the foam as well, so the foam's going to be an inch, which will then leave 3 inches up to the top here, which is kind of the norm on the seats that I've put on my bikes. In fact, I think the Warrior might have been a 4-inch seat at the back, but the GS550 had 3 inches at the back, so this is going to be the same height. Although it looks big at the moment, when you've got foam and everything on there and leather and all sorts, it's not going to look that big. But that is it, symmetrical, all ready to create a mould, and that will be, I don't think that'll be the next episode. I think the next episode I might actually concentrate on doing the fairing. But you know what, I'll probably do both at the same time whilst I'm waiting for other bits to do, but I think the next episode might actually be the fairing. But nonetheless, this is where I'm at, and I'm really excited with the shape that it's taking, especially with the paint scheme. You guys don't know what paint job I've got prepared for this. I've kind of said it. It's going to be half exposed carbon fibre and obviously 2 shades of grey as well, so it's going to be really nice. So that is it from me. If you like what you see, Subscribe, follow me on Instagram as well. You can head over to my Instagram page and see all the stories and everything like that, and also there's merchandise down below, and the Featherbolt Industries website is just a holding page at the moment. That is because I haven't got enough to do. I'm actually rebuilding the entire site again because it was always just a temporary site for me that I just bashed together, so I'm rebuilding that with a bit more thought now. So until next week's video, hopefully it'll be next week. Yeah, there will be next week's video. There will be. So until next week's video, be good.